Well, hello YouTube, and welcome to the Soviet Arms channel. We figured today we'd talk about a pretty popular little firearm that we see a lot of here in the United States, and that's the Polish P64. This was a Polish military pistol that was developed starting back in the 1950s and served with the Polish Armed Forces, the Polish police, even Viet Cong in Vietnam. Had a long life. It was originally designed and known as the CZAK, not to be confused with the AK rifles. The CZAK is just an acronym for the four guys that designed the pistol. It was originally chosen out of a competition that started back in, I think, 1958, and started as Model M, which was similar in every way. It just was chambered in 380 ACP. The Polish military liked it, but they wanted a little bit more potent round, so they decided that they wanted to go with the new 9x18 Makarov cartridge, which is a little bit larger, a little bit heavier hitting than the 380. So the pistol was rechambered for the 9x18 Makarov, and the P64 was born. They're a double action, single action pistol. Before we talk too much about it, let's double check and make sure that it's loaded. We do have the magazine out, nothing in the chamber, so we are okay there. But these are actually pretty nice. These are made at the Radom plant in Poland, and that's designated by this circle 11 right here on the barrel. Serial number is found right below it, with a matching one on the frame of the pistol down here. Then you have your year of manufacture, which is the 1972. On the other side, you have some proof marks that you can see right down here behind the trigger. 9mm P64. A lot of these that enter the United States have import markings that are very, very prominent on the slide. This one, as you can see, does not, which is what drew me to this one. I collect Soviet Cold War stuff, and I like them to look like they did when they were being used at that time. Of course, it does have import markings. This one, they're very inconspicuous, though. If I can get the light just right, you can see right there on the very bottom are the import markings. So I really like this one for that fact, that it doesn't have anything messing up the outside of the pistol. So a couple more things about it. It is an all-steel frame. It's a blowback design, which means that the barrel is fixed on these. So when a round is fired, the slide comes straight back, ejects the brass. The barrel doesn't tip or move like it does in some Browning designs. So the recoil on this is pretty harsh. It does come straight back into the hand when it fires. So you're able to reacquire your target a little bit more quickly, a little bit more accurately, in my opinion. Sights are minimal on these, but you still get a pretty good sight picture when you're lining them up. Pretty easy to pick up on these. You do have a loaded chamber indicator on the back that is both visual and tactile. You can actually feel the little notch poking out when there is a round in the chamber. It does have a safety on the side with a decocker, which is nice. That was original equipment on these as well. It does have the original Bakelite grips on it instead of the import Target grips that they had to start putting on these, I believe, back in the 60s. But luckily, most of the importers took those off and put the original grips back on them, because who wants this with Target grips? They do have a 6-round magazine. Got the one here with the matching serial number. Picked up a second one. And of course, as part of it, you have to have the original Polish Army holster. Now, it's pretty well useless. It's not very comfortable. It's not very practical. But, you know, it's part of the package. Anyway, to take these apart, they're pretty simple with the type of design they have. You want to make sure it's unloaded, of course. Pull the trigger guard down and off to the side, which locks it back. Now, I've replaced the recoil spring in mine. I got a kit from Wolf Gun Springs, which made a huge difference. A lot of these, especially if they were service pistols, the recoil springs were worn out. So they actually have a kit that you can get that comes with 3 different size springs, so you can find one that feels good to you. I ended up with a 22 pound, which makes it a little bit tougher to get the thing back together again, because it is such a heavy spring. But they also include in their kit hammer springs for it as well. These have about a 25 to 28 pound double action pull on the trigger. It's pretty bad. The single action is relatively light, it's very crisp, but the heavy double action is something that you see in a lot of military pistols. They don't want them to accidentally go off, so it is pretty typical. But to take these apart, we pull this to the side, slide back and pull it off. And that's really all there is to it, to taking these apart. So they're very easy to clean, very simple design. You can see the firing pin right in there. They go back together relatively easily. If I can get my hands on it, just pull straight back on there, slide that, decock it, and you're ready to go. So very, very simple to operate, simple to clean, simple to field strip, which for a military pistol is definitely what you're looking for. So that's basically our overview on the 9x18 P64 Polish pistol. We'll have a video up soon taking this one out to the range. We'll show you how it shoots. It really is a pleasure to shoot these. They're very accurate. Like I say, the recoil is a little harsh, but it's straight back, so it's not pulling your hands everywhere. So next video we'll have maybe some range time with this, show you how it works. So make sure you subscribe, like our channel, and stay tuned for some more great stuff. Thanks again from the Soviet Arms channel.